Man, after traveling for so long, traveling for so many days, weeks, months, in one city, in another city, in one town, in one parish, in one village, in one jurisdiction, here and there, state to state, man, whew, traveling for work, man, I tell you. Last couple nights, man, stayed in the 5-star hotel. I've got my organics going. You know, weather's fucking fantastic. 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Man, the day after Christmas. Imagine that. Look, knock on wood. That's not really wood, that's polymer, vinyl. But look, man, we haven't had any extreme weather. I feel bad for folks who have. I feel bad. My feelings go out to those who have, man. I mean, that's terrible shit. And I hope that all gets better and as well. But man, yeah, this weather has been actually pretty mild, man. And that's amazing. For the East Coast, man, at this time of year. I mean, you know what's weird? You know what's really kind of odd the more I think about it? Even when it's been down into the, 20s, I mean, it hasn't really been, that cold. You know what I mean? It's 20s, which sometimes feels really, bone-chilling cold, but we haven't had that bone-chilling cold, man. I mean, fuck, I was out last night in a t-shirt. You know, I was just, out, and I didn't even drink a single drop of alcohol last night. Or smoke a fucking liquid tobacco cigar or anything, man. I was 100% fucking sober. Man, and am right now. Man, I was just yo, man, I've been inside this 5-star hotel, man. You know what I'm saying? Chilling, watching shows and shit. And, fuck it. Let me just go outside, man, and get some fresh air. And I did, man, and I just went outside man, I got a sweater. You know what I mean? I have a men's sweater and shit. I've got the holiday attire, that I rock properly, But, I was you know what? Let me just see how cold it really is. Some Survivor Man type shit, you know what I mean? Shout outs to Survivor Man, the TV show, and the dude. That show was crazy, man. That shit where he went to that one place where he was he was living inside that little cavern, man. And he was talking about you got to be careful of carbon monoxide and shit. Which every outdoorsman, knows. But I mean, nonetheless, man, he was in that arid fucking basically sub-Saharan African fucking heat. And he was surviving in that shit. But then he hits that one spot and he's nope, nope, sorry people. He's like, look, there's no way. He's like, sorry folks, I'm back. He's like, nope, we ain't gonna do this one. Because, man, it was just searing fucking heat. That was even too much for Survivor, man. But you know what I'm saying? At least he was honest that, that was dangerous. You know what I mean? I mean, everything he did and does is dangerous. But, that one was that one was too much, though. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, even these lows out here have been, enjoyable, man. I mean, really. I mean, there's some frost and shit late night, early morning. But, I was let me just kind of stand out here for a while and see how long I can tolerate this shit. Because ever since I've seen Wimhoff, I'm yo, that dude swims underwater. You know what I mean? Ice blocks and shit. He figured out something with this human mind, his brain, that defense science, at least openly in public source domain, has never admitted or discussed, divulged. I mean, man, we're told that, even folks who are in the military intelligence special operations community are told by way of their instructors that, once their core body temperature hits a certain temperature, man, it's fucking game over in just a matter of minutes. You know what I mean? And as it turns out, that's not true. Yeah. As it turns out, that's not true. Now, in a lot of cases, it can be. But what Wimhoff demonstrates is that mind over matter, evidently, it's not necessarily true. And he's able to turn that switch that's dormant, that's hidden, that for whatever reason has been turned off in our programming. He figured out that it's there, and he's somehow able to will that switch in the other direction, and it turns on some type of like thermal blanket, like shield, like some type of thermal shield. Man, he set, 27 fucking world records? I'm talking about Wim Hof, the Iceman. He swims under blocks of ice and in frigid Arctic ice water for like hours, and he's perfectly fucking A-okay. Fine. Yeah. Totally healthy, man. Totally healthy. Full, clean bill of health. I believe I read that he set 27 world records. So, did the defense intelligence, defense science community, didn't know this? I mean, doubtful. I mean, does the shadow government know? Maybe. How is it that he's the first one in like human modern history to come out and say, look, I figured this thing out. Nobody else has. Now I know yogis and the ancients and this and that. I'm talking about modern times. Modern times. Everyone in the military who's trained in special operations is told that once your core body temperature hits a certain temperature, reaches a certain temperature, it's game over, man. If you don't rectify the situation rather quickly. Yeah. That's what everyone is told. That's the indoctrination. So why is it that folks aren't told, but that's not really true necessarily, and you can swim under blocks of ice as long as you come up for air for like multiple hours at a time. Yeah, Wim Hof is the only person in the world who seems to have figured it out publicly and has gone on record to demonstrate it and has broken approximately 27 world records. See what I'm saying, man? I was talking about it last night. I'm One Sir Grove. This is C4CW, casting 495 celebrities worldwide. And if you are true fans of this show, then IWE495 most certainly appreciate you. By the way, I checked out the analytics most recently. Thank each and every one of you from around the world. Brazil, let's see, Germany, lots of countries. Australia, thank you, Australia. Thank you, Brazil. Thank you, Germany. A lot of countries around the world. That's right. One Sir Grove checks in with America and our allies globally. So, yeah, Wim Hof, man, it's an amazing story. And so, I don't know, I just have a different outlook now. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm like, yo, it's 20 degrees, but now that I know the deeper truth reality of it, 20 degrees is fucking nothing compared to the sub-zero temperatures of the ice blocks and ice water that Wim Hof has been swimming in and demonstrating that is absolutely true. So, science, fact. So maybe that's what it is, man. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just saying, man, once you know that, is 20 degrees really cold, man? Is 10 degrees really cold? I mean, I'm just asking.